Coming up on the next episode.
All right, we can see Windows is coming up here on the screen. Hopefully, I don't have to check disk or disk checking, things like that. It's not required. And we can go right into what we're doing. And I have my login set to automatic, where I don't have to type in my password, because I don't like to type in my password. I'm the only one here, so why type in a password? I guess if somebody come in and stole my computer and took it somewhere else, they might be able to get into it. But, hey, it is what it is. Anybody with Linux can get into all your files and Windows anyway. So we see desktop here, cable cars, San Francisco, girls, dogs, old cars. Up here by the flag, there will be time come up here. We'll just see that in just a second. Once that comes up, there it is, 7:01. And we're going to go into a game and show you the game. And it is going to be Locomotion. And there it is. And for some reason that doesn't pop up that, but we'll pop it up. And go ahead and go from there. Now I did this once already and my audio recorder didn't record it. I don't know why. Actually, it's the first time I actually tried to use it, but I've used it 2 or 3 times since then, and it seems to be working fine now. So we'll find out, I reckon. Atari. Chris Sawyer. He's the author of the game. Hit a key or hit a button there. Let's go into... There you go. There's what it looks like. We got everything going here. We got planes, we got trains, we got buses. Turn that down just a little bit. Now this is an island. It's just the easiest one of these to do. Zoom out. You have 3 towns. You got Boulder Bay, which is usually the biggest one. You got Beach Town over here, and you got Breakers Ridge over here. Breakers Bridge, I should say. So, the way I always set these up, I first set up some trains from the coal mine, which is right here, to the steel mill, which is right here. And that generates funds, and I can go on from there and do that. Next, I set up some iron ore trains to go from there to the steel mill. And lastly, I will set up a steel train to take the steel over to the factory. And that's how I do that. And I also set up a around the island railroad. It goes around here. You can see it goes all the way around the island. And that's a passenger style train. And it carries passengers. And then later on, as the time goes on, it will carry mail as well. Anything else it needs to carry. So that's really all about all there is in this scenario, because there's not a lot to it because it's a small island, obviously. So there you go. There's what that looks like. Not going to dwell on this. I'm going to take you out, and we'll quit the game. Don't save it, and we'll look at another one. Now this is Sandbox Settler. I don't have anything set up in it, but like I said, it shows you what you can do. This one's a little bit more complicated. It has a lot more to it than the island does. Let's zoom out. Zoom out one more time. There you can see a farm. There's a farm right there. There's a refinery right there. Obviously, you need an oil well to feed the refinery. You have iron ore. You know what that needs is a steel mill. Another farm up here. Oh, that's the oil refinery, actually. another oil refinery, I should say. So you need oil wells, and sometimes those are located in the green part. There's a flour mill right there. There's some oil wells right there, and you take and run your train over to the refinery and start making money. And then you go on. I like to set up things to make a little money to sustain my operation, and then I go from there, adding more to it. Here's a steel mill, so the iron ore we saw down there would be one thing that needs to be fed there. And I don't know if there's anything else. We got here. All this is chemical. I still haven't seen a lot about the chemical thing. I don't know exactly. There's another steel mill. Got plenty of steel mills, but no coal mine I've seen so far. Another oil well, another farm. Oh, but it's a sawmill, sorry. Here's our lumber forest, or what do you want to call it? Generates our lumber. There's a food processing down here. So this has a lot more to choose from. And it's actually, the terrain's not that bad. It's got some dips in it where, you can't get around quite as easy. But like I said, it's not too bad to play with. So that's that. Like I said, it is what it is. And that's the train game. We're not going to stay in here too long because I want to show you the roller coaster, hopefully. And go out of that. Access violation. I did that last time I tried this. I'm not sure why that does that. I don't know. But it is what it is, as they say. Let's run the Roller Coaster Tycoon real quick. We'll take a look at that. See what it looks like. Yes, we want to run it. Why would I click on it if I didn't want to run it? Good old Windows. Now this has got a anomaly at the bottom. I don't know if you can see it in the recording. I see it on the screen. So I'm assuming it's there. Not a big deal one way or the other. I think that might be the menu, but I can't tell what it is. Go through these real quick. You can hit the space bar and go through those pretty quick. I'm only going to do one thing on here and just go out of this because it takes too long to show you. You've seen, I think, pictures of my Roller Coaster Tycoon builds before. I usually just play in the sandbox is what I usually do. So that's the way I handle it. Yeah, Pirates and Outlaws. This is kind of funny. It's just a real quick little thing. It's not even a park. It's just something I set up outside the park on the entrance. You've got, you'll have a pirate and an outlaw on one side and a couple of Mexican banditos on the other side firing back and forth across the road at each other. And I just wanted to see what the people's reaction coming into the park was, but they don't have any reaction. They act like it's not even there. So I guess that's says something. I don't know what. But anywho, we'll look at it real quick and get out and we'll go over. I want to take a look at Capcut. I'll be all right. So there's your pirate right there. You see him just fire his cannon. And we'll take an, oops. Oh, I forgot I've got my own music in this, so. There you go. There's your pirate. He's firing his cannon. Here's the outlaw inside the building shooting at Mexican banditos across the street there. So that's kind of funny. But like I said, people just come in. They don't pay any attention to it. There's the inspector, the park inspector. It's his job to walk around and look at things, think about them. You know, he gets down on his knee and looks it over real good. Not much to look at because there's nothing in the park. So anyway, that's what that is. Like I said, that's just, I don't have any scenarios. This hasn't been installed that long. I haven't had Windows on this computer that long, really. So I don't really have much going on that. And we're back here. Now we're going to look at Capcut real quick. Like, This will come up to the project manager or homepage, they like to call it, I guess. And that's how you get into your projects. There you go. I've got several projects going. What I Buy Now was one of them. You should have seen that video by now. This is Tuesday, the 6th of February. The video tomorrow will be on installing the RAM in my computer, the 32 gigabytes of RAM. And then next week will be the one on What Did I Buy Now, and that will show you the new Chromebook that we are using to record this. And it has been flawless so far, and I've done this several times already. So, video capture. I did this once before, but it doesn't allow any audio to come through on the captured video. So I went back and did my own narrative of it and used the voiceover on this Capcut, and it worked out really well. I'll play just a brief sample of it.
Coming up on the next episode.
Hi, we are here at the computer. We are doing some capturing video. What I've got going here is obviously there's no audio from the captured video. So basically this on top here is the video I captured, and this is the voiceover that I provided after the fact. In other words, while it was playing, I just sort of recapped all the things I was doing. It worked okay, but I'd rather try this voice recorder out first, or to actually use it on a video. Bob said he wanted to see what it sounded like also, so that's why we did that. But this seems to work. Now you'll notice when we go out of this, I always go back to, you can exit directly from here. You see quit down here, but I like to go back through the home page, and you'll see it pop up that the changes were saved to your project. I always like to see that because I like to know for sure it is. So that's pretty much a look at Capcut as far as a quick look. We'll do a more in-depth look at that one of these days and take a look at it. But for right now, I think we're going to go back to our boot screen, and we're going to boot into Linux Lite. And that takes a while, and probably what I'll do is speed that process up. But I wanted to show you basically what this all does as far as booting to and it does go into the BIOS, so the setup screens. I'm not going to do that on this one because I don't really need to. I showed you on the other one, I believe, how it goes into the setup screen and stuff like that. So once the grub comes up, we go down to Linux Lite. You can see Linux Lite 6.6, and we hit the enter key, and it will go into Linux Lite. So this, again, takes some time, so I probably will speed this up and will join you when it comes up on the screen with its sound. All right, we should be ready to come up with our sound here very quickly, as the Dell has went off the screen. There's our sound. There's our Linux Lite, our little widget, whatever you want to call it. There's our desktop. So there you see, that's the background I changed to. I had a feather up here before. I didn't like the feather. So this is kind of interesting looking, I think. So, like I said, I'm not going to go into anything in here. I just wanted to show you how it booted into it. Now, on the computer in the shipping station in my bedroom, this boots up very quickly because it's on an SSD. But this one is just a mechanical drive, and it takes a little longer to boot. So in order to boot the last one on our list, the MX Linux, now this is an automatic thing. When I get up in the morning, I turn the computer on, and I basically go in there in the kitchen, fix my breakfast, my noodles, and the time I get them done, I come back, I come back in here, and this is already booted up. So that's kind of nice. Kind of nice indeed. As you can see, it's got a 4-second startup time there, and it is booting up. Now this takes a little while too, and I may even speed this up a little bit. So we'll see. We will see, said the blind man, but he didn't. I just kind of wanted to do this video again to show you the video capture capabilities. Now I am using the Chinese version of the same capture card I used back in the bedroom. This is a no-name brand. It looks exactly and it acts just exactly like the Plugable that I used back there, but this one was several dollars cheaper. So I like cheap, you know me. So, like I said, MX Linux is booting now. And once it boots, we will have our few final words and look at maybe a couple things. But that'll be about it. So, now this is a splash screen that comes up first. And you can see it there. And last time I did this, it came back up. There was no desktop wallpaper. It had went away, and I don't even know where it went. But it had. So I clicked on the wrong thing somewhere. But this will come up with the cursor now. As you can see, there's the mouse cursor, and the icons or the taskbar will pop up here shortly. And then I can start my Thunderbird. You see I've got internet now. Connection established. Very shortly it should pop up with the volume control, I think up at the top. And if it hasn't already, maybe it has. It must have already, yeah, because this is Conky's already came up. Now our desktop background should come up, and it has. So there you go. There's the boot of that. So you can see I can boot into 3 different things here, which is nice. It makes it work pretty nice. Nothing special. There's our email program coming up. I like to move it in the middle of the screen and then minimize that. Then I will start my Brave browser. This is my morning tradition or routine as well. I have my email come up. Of course, it's busy telling me I've got emails about this time because I get a lot in the morning after not being on all night. But the browser and the email is about all I use all day if I'm not doing anything else. And so that's that. I do have an order for BDEK to ship out to England. Somebody ordered a BDST1. Got to ship that out. I had 4 BDST2s the other day. Took the post office, shipped those out. We've been pretty busy with that stuff, so I'm not complaining, but at the same time, I kind of want it to go back like it was. It was better when it wasn't so many. There's our browser up. You can see all my links. Like I said, that's really all there is to that. I like to check on see what's up new on the distro watch. GRML. Not sure what that is. Not a big deal to me one way or the other. So, again, like I said, that's that. I got all my usual programs. Now, my Roller Coaster Tycoon works okay in here, but the Locomotion doesn't work as good. I've got a problem with the Wine program on here. I had the stable version installed originally, and with that, it worked flawlessly. But since then, there's been some updates come in, and I think it's either messed up Wine or something, but it doesn't work as well as it used to. I can boot into Locomotion and get into it, but there's a menu bar across the screen, and usually before I could take and hit the Windows key on my keyboard, come back into the MX Linux desktop, and then hit the Locomotion button down at the bottom that was up there, and it would go right back in. Now it doesn't do that. It just makes the screen really large. All the icons look real big, and I have to go back into MX Tweak, get my resolution back from it goes into 800 by 600, and I have to set it back to 1920 by 1080. And once I do that, it's fine, but for some reason it does that, and I haven't figured that out yet. That's one of the reasons I've got it over there on Windows. If I want to play it, I can go over there and do that. It's not a big deal one way or the other. So, all right, that's pretty much gonna do this one. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to show you what the video capture does and see how well this voice recorder or sound recorder works with it, and we'll go from there. So you guys have a great day. Thank you so very much for watching, and we will see ya.